Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. So I figured I would review yet another modern day horror film, and yes, of course, I bought this at the dollar store. Again. So yes, of course, I've already have enough of these videos on my channel, so many that I have to create my own playlist. Yes, I've created my own playlist with this stuff specifically. So for today's video, I'm reviewing the film called The Shed. So okay, this is pretty much a vampire movie kind of thing, which I don't mind really, because I like vampire movies when they're done well. So I guess this comes a question: do I like this one? No, I thought this movie's terrible. I did say this. I got this from the dollar store, so that should have been a warning sign right there, obviously. So here we are, talking more crap again. Oh boy, just whatever. I don't know anymore. What am I doing here? Ugh. So okay. Let's just, I guess, get this over with. Guys, I want to do something else instead. So here we go. I reckon. Just get it over with, I guess. Yeah. What the hell? Mr. Monkey, where are you? You sure like to go around a lot. I mean, traveling, I guess. I don't know where you're at. Seriously, really, that seems like a weird place to be. You're just hanging around, aren't you? Slacking off? You're a slacker. Anyway, let's talk about the plot, like I was saying. Let's give it over with. Of course, it would involve this place, the shed, and whatnot. For a good chunk of the movie, anyway. But the thing is that we can see that there's this hunter who is bitten by this vampire and runs into the shed to avoid the sunlight, as vampires tend to do, obviously. So anyway, yeah, we see this character named Stan, and he's supposed to be the main character and whatnot. And of course, he's not exactly having the easiest life. Well, he's a teenager, so of course, teenagers, as often it would appear, isn't going to really have the best of life, really, like at all. Well, that's pretty typical. He's going to be viewed as rebellious, so obviously he's not going to exactly have the best life, of course. So yeah, we get that going on in the movie. Of course, it's holding with the creature, vampire, and whatnot. Who, like I said, is supposed to already come out as on time, of course. So there's that, obviously. But we all know that something crazy is going to happen. We all know that crazy shit is about to happen, as you might expect when it comes to these type of movies. Of course, things do have to get from bad to worse, and that's exactly what happens in this movie. Obviously. So there's this whole bit where his grandpa lives next to the shed, so there's that going on, and things become rather complicated, as you may expect when it comes to his relatives. Of course, because there's a bit of drama going on with the family, so there was that, of course. Because why not? Oh boy. And then Mr. Monkey. Okay, now you're just looking around. Are you trying to find a place to go at to rest or something? Oh boy. You really need to find a job, you know that. Just go and get. No, seriously, go and get. Christ almighty, what is wrong with you? You need some help. But anyway, like I was saying, folks, is that like even his high school life isn't particularly great. Even the high school life isn't particularly all that good. Let's just say that Stan's bullied high school buddy can use a monster problem. I guess you can say, in other words. So that does come into play when it comes to this kind of a thing. And as it turns out, Stan's grandfather is, of course, abusive. Because, of course, he attempts to protect his friend from the high school bullies. So that's during the mix, of course. But things get even crazier, like I was saying, when he discovers this murderous creature that pretty much takes refuge inside of this tool shed, and of course, has to do something about that. Things will get more wired as you might expect. Obviously, something needs to be done about that, as you might expect, because sooner or later this creature needs to be dealt with. And that's the thing, though. I'm not surprised because this monster needs to be killed off somehow, some way. Because this monster here will find a way to ruin everybody else's lives, as you might expect, because that's what vampires do. Vampires are supposed to be these violent animals, these things that are always angry. These things are supposed to be really pissed off for whatever reason. They're not rested, really. Mr. Monkey, now what are you doing? Now you're just begging for money? Yeah, that was a look. You're just begging for money to get back. Well, you should be more careful. That's the thing. You should have been way more careful than what you were doing. Oh boy. Now you're lost. Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's basically the movie when you think about it. At the end of the day, that's what this movie is. Yes. Pretty much at its core, yes, those the whole thing with the grandfather. Of course, the grandfather is an asshole. Of course, like we were saying earlier. So at its core, it's about these two best friends have they had to deal with these bullies their whole lives in one way or another. But the thing is that when Stan discovers Murder's vampire taking shelter in this place shed, he knows he has to find a way to destroy it and whatnot. But things do take a turn, of course. Ultimately, it's a snooze fest, of course. That's what I can say. There's not really I can find interesting whatsoever. It just feels like one of the run up the mill type movies, of course. I definitely can say that. It's not particularly a film that I found interesting at all. Ultimately, this the premise itself really was pretty dull. It's really boring because stuff like this, it's like they're not even trying that hard whatsoever. But yeah, I know they were trying to do their best. I know they were trying to give more of an effort, of course. And I do think that this premise could have worked if it's done better. Master Monk, hey, Air Force, help me out here. Hey, yeah, come over here. Just get that little sledgehammer thing, whatever you can call it. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Air Force has something for you. Yeah. Ah. Anyway, but like I was saying, what I'm trying to point out is that the script needed some extra polishing. Is what I'm trying to say is that because at the end of the day, there's no pizzazz. There's nothing. It feels like it's nothing special at the end of the day. Ultimately, this just feels like they've done that a really run up the mill type of horror movie. That's what this is ultimately. So yes, it doesn't really help that much that the actors whom are supposed to be playing teenagers actually look older than teenagers, which I find weird. How is it that a lot of these actors and actresses are supposed to be playing teenagers, but they look older than the characters they're supposed to be? That's kind of weird. Anyway, I'll give this film an overall rating of a 4.9 out of 10. It's a 4.9 out of 10 for me. So, of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. And that's it. I'm going to Wendy's again. Oh boy. So, okay. See ya.